Hey everybody, so I just got done watching another movie in theaters. I was actually going to see another movie yesterday, and I got in my car and started driving, but then I suddenly started feeling sick, so I drove back to my place and ended up not seeing the movie because I didn't feel good. Well, I will end up seeing that movie that I was going to see yesterday later tonight. That's right, I'm seeing two movies in the same night. And Happy Friday the 13th, by the way. And so not only am I seeing two different movies tonight, but I'm also watching them at two different movie theaters. Excuse me. So normally I watch most of my movies at Regal theaters because I have the Regal Unlimited Pass, which allows me to see as many movies as I want for one single price each month. But for this movie, I wanted to specifically go to the Alamo Drafthouse, the movie that I'm posting about right now. And it's for a very specific reason. So with Regal Theaters, they recommend silencing your phones and not talking during the movie, but they don't do anything about it. Where at the Alamo Drafthouse, if you talk or become a disturbance to the other guest in some way during the movie, they will actually throw you out of the theater. They actually do something about it, which is why I chose to go to the Alamo Drafthouse for this movie. This is only the second time I've been to the Alamo Drafthouse. The first time was for the F1 movie for somebody's birthday. So the movie that I am posting about right now that I just watched at the Alamo Drafthouse is Undertone. And you may be able to see there that it says, the scariest movie you'll ever hear. That's coming from the critics. This movie, I highly recommend watching it without any noise distractions, because you definitely need to be able to pay full attention with your ears. It is a visual movie, you do see things happen, but it is the sounds of the movie that make this film as scary as it is. There are some instances that are visually creepy in this film, and this is one of those movies that it gets creepier and creepier as it goes on, until you get to the climax of the creepiness, which is at the very end of the movie. So I definitely recommend watching it till the end, with no distractions. And this movie did take me a little bit to get into at the beginning, but it definitely kept my attention the whole time. It took me a little bit to get into it, but it was definitely there by the end of it. I give this movie a solid 4 out of 5 stars, mainly because of how it took me a little bit to get into it at the beginning, but I'll give it a solid 4 stars. And until my next video, also, in one of the previous videos that I made, I mentioned how I was going to wait until after St. Patrick's Day to cut my hair. But then I've had more than one person say that my hair color is good for Easter even. And I haven't really thought of it in that way, but Easter is April 5th. So I guess instead of cutting it after... Well, technically, I'm still cutting it after St. Patrick's Day, but instead of doing it like very shortly after St. Patrick's Day, I guess now I'll wait until after Easter, because more than one person has recommended or mentioned that my hair is good for Easter. somehow. So I'll keep the hair color until after Easter. But anyways, until my next video, which will be shortly later on tonight, because I'm seeing another movie at a Regal theater.